Good morning, everyone. How is everyone doing this morning? I hope you all are doing great. I'm doing fine, except that I'm a little tired. I didn't get proper sleep yesterday, so that usually leads to me being tired the next day. By the way, good morning, Mr. Pete, Mr. William, Mr. Nick, Mr. B. Shady, and Mr. Christopher. Hope you gentlemen are doing well. No, I haven't had a day off for a while. About another month, I won't have a day off. Kind of gets to you eventually, but I'll be all right. So, last night, I carried two absolute banger knives. They both came in yesterday, and they both made me realize that they would be great for left-handed people. Well, one of them made me realize they would be great for left-handed people, and made me kind of reevaluate the fact that left-handed people, when they buy right-handed knives, surely prefer non-frame locks. So I'm sure they like nested liner lock knives, which both of these are. So in my front pocket, I had my Monterey Bay Knives Laconico Rosalinda, which I got yesterday. And in my back pocket, I had my One Track Mind Zorn, which I got in. Beautiful knife. There was only one problem with it when I got it. Which was the clip. The clip was way too tight, and it had a little bow in the middle. It looked like it was pushed down a little in the middle. So I took it off and tried to straighten it and relieve a little pressure. And that helped a ton. The lock bar pressure on this thing is super strong too. So I tried to remove just a little bit of it, but it's got great detent, and it's one of the best and easiest front flippers I've ever used. The geometry on it makes the front flipper like flawless. Like, anybody could front flip this knife. I don't care how bad you are at front flipping or think you're bad at it. This knife would prove you otherwise. I kind of wish they would have done a little bit different with the blade. So it's way too close to the drop point version. The only difference really is right there. You can see where it comes to a little point, but it's not. It still curves up there at the front a little too much, and it looks just like the drop point version, just about. And in fact, I've got a comparison picture which shows them. And really, if I wouldn't have circled it, you probably wouldn't be able to tell which one is which. And then in my back pocket, I had, of course, my Vespa. Here's the picture. Let's see. Excuse me. So, get over here. Morning, TC. And I'll click on those links in just a minute, guys. Still kind of going through my pocket check. So, these are the two blade shapes on the Zorn. And you really can't, they're very close to the same. Kind of wish that, and the main difference is just that one little point that I was talking about, and I will show you all that here. So you can see where it just comes to a point right there, but really very close, very close. Like if you weren't paying attention, you probably couldn't tell them apart very well. The angle on the top is a little different too, but just barely, and maybe it could just be the picture. All right, so yeah, the clip was pretty miserable when I first got it. Now that I fixed it, it does work good. It's a little shorter than I wish it was. I wish it was just a tad bit longer. It's again one of those knives that kind of feels like you're not getting it in there far enough when you put it in. And the clip on this one was great. Everything about this knife, and in fact, I can honestly say this is one of the first knives that I've like played with my left hand. I'm not good with my left hand at all. Like I'm dangerous with my left hand. And this knife would make a perfect knife for a lefty. Because lefties have to deal with pushing the lock bar over here all the time on their knives. And I like this one better than the old guard for sure, mainly because it's on bearings. And it's just a bigger overall knife. I mean, it's pretty big. It's a big boy. So, I also had this in my pocket most of the night. And that is the Duckling in M390. And it is very close in size to the Zorn. Very close in both blade and handle length. And if you've not ever held a Duckling or a duck, they are pretty special on how they feel. I don't know what he did about the angle right here, but it's just perfect. Your hand just kind of melts into it. It's very comfortable. And it's due to that gentle thumb ramp matching the same as this angle over here. I almost want to do some measurements, but anyway, I noticed how close they are. And then I started playing with this one left-handed because of how nice it is, and realized that these inset liner lock versions are perfect for lefties. And like I said, I'm usually dangerous with my left hand. I can't do hardly anything. Hardly anything. But anyway, that's what I had in the pockets last night, and I actually had a fifth one. I was kind of bored when I left, and I saw this laying there, and I was like, I want to see what it looks like next to the Rosalinda. So I also had my little Monterey Bay Knives watch pocket knife, and it is rather cool to see both their logos on those two knives. Um, so I took that one too. So I had all 5 of these on me. Morning, Cliff. Morning, Mister. All right, now I can click some links here or read what I think we'll start off with. Well, William picked up one of the hidden release Cobra Techs yesterday, the one that you slide like the Protect. And he gave us a link to it. I'm guessing he changed it to a better picture of it, better view of it, maybe. But it is this knife right here. And then we had him talking about a 600-mile ride to San Antonio. Oh, he did that, and he's sore. And then I believe, oh, he sent another picture. Let's see. Oh, what is this? This is something else. This is a pin with an OTF in it. And then I think B. Shady told us with his pockets he had some budget bangers. The Gideon and a murked out mini pony stout. Issuing stitches Teal Galaxy Hank and black carbon fiber dice. TC is moving slow this morning. That's all right. I've got a Gideon. They sent me that knife to check out.
Check this out. This is a cool knife. This is a Cobra Tech Gideon. And I love the name. If you're a Bible student, you remember Gideon.
Oh, not that
Judges,
Gideon.
That angel come to him and said, "Hail Gideon, thy mighty man of valor." So this
Gideon.
knife right here is the mighty man of valor. This is a Gideon. The quick, fast, in a hurry aluminum frame. It is the bolster release. Let me hold this down and show you. So you flip the bolster, or you just push the bolster to that side. Now I'm holding the blade down so it won't do it, but watch it. And that is also the locking mechanism. So it's a lock, but watch, when I push that to the side, it releases. Pocket clip, lifetime warranty from Cobra Tech. We had a buddy of ours.
Wow. I'm glad I don't sound that bad. I mean, not bad as in what he was saying, but I mean that country. Sorry. Let me rephrase that. I'm glad I don't sound that country. But I like the Deep South Cutlery thing. I'm going to subscribe to him. Good call. Nick said MBK just has extremely beautiful designs. They have extremely classic, simple designs. My pincher did not get delivered yesterday. It is out for delivery today. And I'm kind of glad because it gives me 2 days it gives me a day to appreciate this one before I get the other one. Morning, Michael. And I really like this one a lot. The front flipper on both of these is super nice. But this Zorn is one of the best front flippers I've gotten. It literally just, you just start it going and you can just, it's just super easy. I don't know. The reverse flick is great on it too, but you have to kind of it's got such good detent that you have to really dig in there to get it. Yeah, sometimes you kind of, if you're not careful, but once you get it down, you get it down. I think I'm going to polish this one up. I think I'm going to make this all mirror. We might do that on Thursday. I just think I would like it better like that. I do like the two-tone, but I'm going to leave the blade satin, but I am going to polish up the handles just because I want to do it. Waylon's been doing a bunch of modding and posting it in the Discord. and he's got me wanting to do some myself. This one has some of the best thumb studs of any of the knives I've gotten from Monterey Bay. Like, you literally, they're at the perfect angle when you let it sit in your palm. It doesn't, you don't feel any kind of resistance. Some knives, you know, it's harder than others, and that makes the reverse flick just super easy and satisfying. So yeah, I'm super glad I got this one. I've been wanting this one for a long time, since before I got most all of my Laconicos. I think I showed when we first started looking at the laser, I showed one that had been lasered with boobs on it. I don't know if y'all remember that video, but I showed it on the YouTube where it had a bunch of boobs lasered on both sides, and it was a Rosalinda. And I wanted it before that, long before that, but that was just something I remember one day in a video we watched. All right. I had a couple of links to look at. Let's see if y'all got anything you want to talk about. Please just shout it out. I like it better when y'all tell me things than me coming up with things. What happened, Shady? You're in a house with a full, oh yeah. Talking to the wall, you mean, not air. Yeah. Talking to nothingness. I get it. I said good morning to you, B Shady. You weren't ignored. Alright, so I did have a few links this morning. Let me find the first one here. Oh yeah. So that Jared Oser maglock knife that I've got, I ran across these that were originally on Kickstarter, and they're very similar. Same idea behind it, and I thought they would be a very good value for anybody that wanted one. So they made one with a pocket clip, which is super cool, for $10 more. But they're just those little, you know, kind of a copy of a Jared Oser, which is TC's, one of his favorites. So that reminds me of the one I got. But seeing the fact that they put a clip on it is super cool, because the one I have doesn't have a clip, and I would love one with a clip. And then I looked at a bunch of their knives, and they have some pretty cool little stuff. I'm sure y'all are familiar with the company, but they have some gravity knives that look pretty decent too, and a flipper. So this Vanguard is just a regular flipper for $149. And they had a pretty cool pin, the tie pin, and a couple more little. So this one is like a maglock, but it's shaped differently, like a dagger. So that one's kind of cool too. It's got the cutout in the blade and all that craziness. And then this one is a little tiny gravity knife. Then they have some more gravity knives. Got a pry bar. They got a titanium toothpick, and what else do they have here? Another toothpick, a couple of bags, a couple more pry bars, whistle, and other such stuff. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I thought that's what you were doing, but somebody else was like acting like that. We see you there. Anyway, I thought those were pretty cool. That OTF pin is something else. That's like James Bond for real, for real. All right, then I had another link. Let me close a few more of these. Oh, by the way, I want to show you something here. So the One Track Mind, the Zorn, is still available in the drop point. So there's the plain version in the Tonto is still available with the non-milled sides, and then all the four of the versions of the 5 are still available in the drop point. So they do have the drop point version still available. They got 1 of those left. They got 8 of the DLC ones left. They got 5 of the copper and DLC. And then they have 1 of the DLC hardware. They got both of those, the copper and the DLC ones left. They are OEM'd by Riot, and they feel like it. It feels like it's worth that price. It is S90V blade steel. So, the reason I say that, there's no real reason except that the Rosalinda for $160 is also S90V. So, as much as I like the Zorn, as far as value goes, whoever Monterey Bay is using to OEM is a lot cheaper than Riot. I'm not saying it's a better knife. I'm just saying it's a better value because you get the same blade steel for half the price. All right. And let's see what I had here. Had some kind of other link. Yeah, I don't know how you get behind on the live videos. I don't know why YouTube does that so much. But if y'all want to, make sure if you double tap on the right hand side, it'll jump forward if you're behind. Yeah, Michael, that's true. But I'm sure they probably, I'm sure Monterey Bay is probably pretty stringent about testing stuff. I'm sure they test the HRC of the S90V. Yeah. Let's see here. I had a couple more links. Nothing real special. But we've been talking about people accusing me of starting to like skellies. And there are lots of people that love skeleton knives. Then there's people that complain about pocket lint, but that was just another pretty picture, and it happened to just be some skellies. And some decorative blades with some nice blade finishes. So I really like that tactile, and I'm not sure what it is. Whoops. I'm glad I was just talking about the picture, but can somebody tell me which tactile version that is? Is that a... Sure, I could go find it. But that milling and that dark, that's three pretty knives, and I can appreciate the Skelly, even though I don't really like Skelly. I like the Protean the way it's half and half. I'm wondering what the others would look like with a half and half pattern. But I'm sure a lot of people would love that look. I like I love the way these handles are finished. This milling and the dark and the rough texture, like even down in there, that looks cool. It's like it's got a texture to it that's very odd. Good photographs too. It's not an orange peel. I don't even know what that, what they're calling that. But beautiful knives. So let's go figure out what that tactile is. Tactile knives. Tactile Knife Company. Oh, there it is right there. The skeletonized rock wall. In the dark wash or the slate blue. So he didn't get the dark wash. I'm surprised he didn't get the dark wash to match the other one. Yeah, I don't like the Skelly. The whole post here was some guys say they don't like them because of pocket lint. This guy said, I'm glad my mama taught me how to keep my pockets lint free. He said down here what they were. I wasn't even paying attention. Oh, this being in Magna Cut reminds me that right now on Knife Swap, there's a PM3 Magna Cut. I think it's a PM3 with Mike's Damascus modded blade on it. Maybe it's a PM2. Yeah, I don't see it. Oh yeah, this is it. No, this isn't it. Let me type in Mike's Damascus. Wait. I guess. Dang it. I hate when you can't find something. All right, we're just going to scroll down. It's got to be this one, right? Oh, yeah, right here. PM2 reblade. So he's got, if you like that blade shape, it comes with the original blade also. He's got it for $200, which is a pretty decent deal. It's Magna Cut. That's what I was getting at. He got it made out of Magna Cut. I don't think I ever finished saying what I was saying. But that's a Magna Cut blade also. I definitely don't like that blade shape. But uh but yeah, that's a good, I bet he'd take even less. He's posted it like twice. All right. How much was that Rockwall flip tactile? I didn't even see what the price was on that. $349. It's bigger than I thought it would be. I thought it's almost 8 inches long. Yeah, that's a good size knife. For some reason, I thought it was smaller. Freedom just restocked. How much is it when you add it to the cart, Pete? Guess we could go find out. Well, I can't get that far. Yeah, do you know what the price is, Pete? I'm going to switch over here for just a second and log in. Blah, blah. 23 East Main Street, Nashville, Tennessee. 37211. All right, it says total is $213.67. $213.67 is what it comes out to. And I will go back to the browser now. So yeah, the $288.75 drops down to $213. Too bad they ruined it by making it black. Y'all know how I feel about black blades. All right, I had, I think, one more thing saved. Yeah, so 5 years ago, there was a Kickstarter for this knife. And I don't guess that I realized that Kunwu was 5 years old. There's an Indiegogo that is a little older than the Kickstarter. But for the knife that they might have launched their company with, I haven't seen one or heard of it. Am I the only one? Like, does everyone know about this knife? I'm sure some of you do. So specs make it $200 knife in retail. We are offering it for $99 to $128 USD. Who is Kunwu? It says they came to life in May of 2019. 6 years ago. Almost 7. But I thought this was pretty cool to run across. I hadn't seen this before. Pretty wild that they had it for 99 bucks. No limited. No limited. First 50. See what that Hong Kong. Yep, 99.59. Pretty crazy. What kind of blade steel did it have? I didn't even pay attention to that. S35 VN from Crucible. for 99 bucks. So no wonder they launched their company with a, you know, I mean, come on. If it's a halfway decent shaped knife and feeling knife, they're going to blow up off of that. I don't know why they picked that ugly carbon fiber back then. They had their pick of anything, and they picked a weird red and black pattern. So yeah, it was pretty cool to run across. And I guess that was the last thing I had. Oh, I did find it for sale with a this is the third version on NC Blade, and that one looks way better, and the price reflects it. So the original was $99 and they went up to $288 pretty quick. And I had one more link from Optics Planet with the same one. But that is the version 3. But I just had not even heard of it or seen it. And this one had Vanex. I forgot to mention that. Vanex steel, which I didn't know they did that either. Well, maybe I did know that part of it. Oh. All right. What is on the agenda for today, fellas? Let's go, let's see. Go browse the bench for just a second until y'all give me something better to do. There's lots of better things. Pretty much anything. I don't ever browse the binge unless we're doing it on video. I do browse Knife Swap occasionally. That's the version I've got. It's crazy to see it's still worth that much money. And some of these people that hoard knives are crazy with how many they buy. Oh, here's a Loki for $140. If somebody's just got to have one of those. I know that's a pretty popular knife. Oh, there's a... Wow, that's a good price on that one too, isn't it? There's that Vulpex. Pretty cool looking little knife too. Sure some of you have been wanting one of those. 120 bucks, we'll get you one. See you later, William. Have a good day at work, buddy. Or have a good day off or whatever. Yeah. Have a good day. How about that? There's a Kestrel. I like the RT Kestrel too. That's a pretty version of it. The Kestrel is one I want to feel in hand. But I hope if that finger choil on the front is big enough, that's probably a comfortable knife. Yeah, I'm telling you, that's where we need to go. We have not gone to Remet to see if they have anything new coming in a while. The Cool Whale. Then they got some new versions of the Peregrine Falcon. The Infinite. Uh-oh. that's pretty different. But man, I knew they were going to just keep making pretty knives after seeing what they've done the last. I mean, for people who like that style of knife, that's got to be gorgeous to them. There's a lot of design aspects that I can see, even though it's not my cup of tea at all. There are people who will love that knife and look at it like, man, that's so cool. And it does have a lot of cool details and milling and symmetry and like even the color variants that they're picking are pretty good. Pretty good. All right, what else? Got some crazy meteor. Wow, that's a new pattern. What do they call that one? What is that pattern? They're not naming any of them, I don't think. Huh. All right then. Bulky towards the pivot area. I like what they've been doing this last year. Um, I've got that one. The cool whale is a little too plain. I like the blade shape. The blade shape is super cool. And I bet it's comfortable. They put milling in there, so that's super cool. That's actually a pretty cool looking knife. $145.60. That's not a bad price either for M390. Out of stock, but before it went out, that's a good price. You get that one and bead blast it. Yeah, that's not a bad price for that knife. My phone is making all kinds of crazy noises today. I usually turn the volume off on it during the broadcast. Picture is out for delivery. Yeah, so this is the Saker Falcon. And that one does not have it's just a sharpening choil up there. It's very comfortable. I think you're a few minutes behind, TC. That blade is really, I like it. I like it a lot. I like that milling in the finger grooves also. Yeah, that's a pretty cool knife. I'm gonna have to find one of those. That is the next. I'm hunting one of those plain ones. Let me go to my alerts for Reddit because when Cool Well pops up, I want to be notified. Yeah, it was okay. Yeah, that was about 3 or 4. That was when you commented. It was maybe I didn't see it as soon as you did it. I knew which knife it was for, but I must have not seen it in the chat when you actually did it. All right, enough of those. Scroll back a few more of these. There's a Sumo, black and gold. Sumo regular. Plain. Yeah, there's a lot of people on here that just get a good price on them from a website and try to get their money back. Plus shipping, huh? Cat Scratch, good morning, sir. Uh, 2 kilo. Oh yeah, Kilo is a brand that I've got to get some Kilo knives because our buddy Buckaroo Bonsai or Nasticus on Knives subreddit posted one of his today right there, and man, it looks like a bigger version of the Asgard, and I don't know if it's bigger, but I guess it is. But what a beautiful knife. They're really doing some nice knives. That's somewhere else we could go look at today. Kilo blade. They've got pretty quality OEM skills. And they sell out. That's for sure. There it is. The tuna. What a pretty knife. I hadn't paid attention. I mean, I've seen them, but you know, there's just different times when something really hits your eyes. Missing time. Morning. I don't know the difference. I've got a corgi. What is a corgi 5? All right, so one of them is a. Hold on. Where's the sound? Unmute. Here we go.
Corgi here. Mike was asking, I'm gonna break it down. Are the Vanker locks bigger than this corgi here? Mike was asking, I'm gonna break it down. Hopefully it helps you, Mike, and anyone else that might be curious about this. If you're interested in this version, the comment on the top right, if you click it, it'll bring you to that one. This guy here, I'm actually gonna have it linked on the bottom left.
And okay. So one's got the pivot lock and one's got the button like mine. So I've got the other one, the first one.
And then the open length. Because as you can tell, this guy's actually bigger, although close, but it is bigger than all of them. So for overall length, the Trek Lock Corgi here comes in at 7.17 inches. The Corgi V Large is 7 inches on the dot, and then the small Corgi Vanker.
Oh, so it's V for Vanker, not 5. I got shit. I wasn't paying attention.
Length. Now we're talking about the blade length. This guy's very small, coming in at 2.36. The middle one here, 2.95, and then on the left, 2.99 inches. Now these two here actually both use 14C28N. This is using what they call their Trek lock. It is basically a button lock to my knowledge, a typical plunge lock button lock.
But I've got one of those I will sell you.
But if you use a knife the way it's supposed to be used, it's probably going to be perfectly fine. These two use what's called their Vanker lock. It's a much stronger locking system.
Oh yeah, Michael, we've seen him multiple times on the stream.
Both of them.
He has a ton of knives.
Very, very unique wheeler deployment. Very smooth, and when you look at this, you might think it doesn't work, but it just works. This one does come at
I would say the Vankerlock one is better, in my opinion. It'll have some better feel to it, including that jipping that he just showed, where you can roll it. But yeah, I do have one of the old ones. I got it in a bundle deal, and I don't want it. I'll give it to you for real cheap if you're interested in those. I'm trying. Let me see if I can find it. I think it's the same color as the one that he just showed. Maybe, I don't remember actually. I think it's green, but I have no idea where it is. It's one of those random knives that does not have a home. Well, it does, but I couldn't begin to tell you where that home is. I've actually got a couple of Vostids, I guess, somewhere. I hope y'all can hear me okay when I talk, when I'm over here by my knife cases. I think this microphone works pretty good, actually, so I think we're probably all right on that. Here's another case that doesn't really have a sticker on it. Let me see. Yep, here it is. I thought it might have been in this one. Yeah, it's the green one with the gold. It's this one right here. It's basically, it doesn't have any scratches on the clip. It looks brand new. And the button does work great on it. It's not rounded off like that new one is, so it's got two squared off flippers, but they both work great. But I kind of like the looks with the rounded off part on the Vankerlock version. But yeah, if you want to try this one out for cheap, I'll hook you up. Missing time, just email me if you want it. My email is bladealchemy4u@gmail.com. Whoops. Why is that not the right? Oh, it's up there in the top right corner. In fact, it's almost still up there, but yeah, Poi Kilo. Can't wait to see what they get. I would take the standard, and $375 for that. Oh, why are they calling it? I guess that's their first. So the tuna is what they named it after they called it the standard, I guess. Yeah. Oh no, it says tuna, standard 1, standard 2. Mid-tech. Oh, it's a little better quality. Oh, no problem, missing time. What's the far left knife? The little one? It's the watch pocket knife, Monterey Bay Knives. It's a little slip joint, and it's super cool. It's got real blade steel, whatever it is, like S9. I mean, it's got good blade steel. I think it's the, let's see right here. It's the Monterey Bay Knives. Watch pocket knife. So it's S90V, the same as its big brother beside it there. I was trying to figure it out. But yeah, I just had it last night because it matched my new bigger one. Got the same logos there. And you can actually, if you get really good and you get lucky, you can get in there with your middle finger. Hold on. You got to give it a little bit of wrist too. Dang it. You can open it. I've done it. I used to could do it when I first got it. There it went. I got one. But you can reverse flick it and open it. It's just, it wants to fall out of your hand. And it always hits my finger too. I bought one cat scratch, but it's not gotten here yet. If you're talking about the clones. I don't have a real one, no. But I'm about to have one of the clones. I'm sure you weren't even talking about the clone. My bad. Should have paid attention to who said it. If it was... Ow. But anyway... I've got a couple of cool little small knives. I can't find my Kevin John in the tin. The little Sabenza. I don't know where it went. Because I didn't find it when I was cleaning up. I found the top of the tin, but I didn't find the bottom of the tin. Which is really weird. If y'all haven't smash the like button yet, there's a friendly reminder to help me out. I know y'all don't mind doing it, probably just forget. I forget all the time. I need to start doing that on Instagram. Oh, speaking of Instagram, I did post the Zorn this morning and add One Track Mind as a collaborator on it, and they accepted the collaboration, so that was pretty cool. I posted that picture of the Zorn. Then I posted the one of all the 5 I had last night with me. I need to grow my stupid Instagram. I'm way late on Instagram. I didn't ever have one. There's a large snafu. See, that's the version I want, but that's way too expensive. Like, why is that so expensive? Let me see what that went for. Original. Yeah. That's what I thought. I was like, why is that price so crazy? Whoops. There's that Terravantium material again. Edelman. That must be a collector's piece. I didn't realize you could click the dots without going to the actual posting, which is pretty cool. USP Vault, Syncut. Kubey Atlas. Randall knife. I believe Pete wants to get him a Randall. I think that's who it is. Sometime. Charlie's Custom. Two Charlies. Two Charlies is a father-son Native American team who learned from the father's father. Wow. These knives are a true work of art. I own over 300 knives. 18 of them are 2 Charlies. Spyderco is the only brand I own more of at 21. That's pretty wild. Native. I didn't know there were any native. I mean, I guess I figured there's probably some native makers, but huh? Anybody heard of 2 Charlies? Yeah, Marfione. Yeah. I still got to get one of these. Uh-oh. Is that... No, we want to get the Hawkbill one, don't we? We got to get the Hawkbill just because it's so wild. There's one of them. Yeah, I got to get one of these. Oh, yeah. So I did look through all my stuff. I logged into Kickstarter. And I did not order that other Voyage Blade Works knife that's supposedly in the mail to me. So I have no clue where, how, or where it's coming, why I'm getting that knife sent to me. But it's that one I showed yesterday. I thought I might have done it like and not remembered it, but I went and looked and I did not buy that knife. That's not it. But that is. I did not buy this knife, but there's one on the way to me, evidently. Titanium frame lock with titanium hardware, gray micarta, and a massive clip point 14C 28N blade. I don't know why. Yeah, the Zorn is right here. There's the Zorn. Great front flipper. The lock bar access is good too. Everything about this knife is good. The milling is great. The edges are all great. There was, when I was rubbing around on it during the video, the unboxing, the only place is the edge of this backspacer right here. So whoever made the backspacer didn't round that. This edge is rounded, but this back side right here on the backspacer is the only rough edge on the whole knife. It was centered. It's got a great detent, great action. The front flipper is pretty much just simple as can be. Yeah, see, that's the point. You can't really tell. It looks like the drop point unless I show you that one little point. Like it's rounded too much, but it is the Tonto. You can see right there in the middle of my finger where the blade grind stops and starts again. But I showed a picture earlier how little of a difference there is between the two. And here's that picture again so you can see it. Morning, Waylon. But this roundness right here, I wish it wasn't the same kind of roundness right here. I wish it was more of a straight line, like so, or a little bit straighter. Not totally straight, but it's just about exactly the same. I mean, just that one little point right there. They cut out this curve just a little bit right here. but they're real close. And I think John bought one, and he's kind of mad. He didn't realize it was a hollow grind. He thought it was flat, but it is a hollow. Oh, but by the way, I meant to mention this. This is one of the most shallow hollow grinds I've gotten. It is very close to flat. It's not a deep hollow grind. And the satin work on it is great looking. But yeah, the Zorn did come in, and it is nice. And it's about the same size as the Duckling. That's why I had the Duckling laying there. Yeah, I don't know if you were here earlier when I talked about it, but I'm probably going to mirror polish up this two-tone satin scales. I love the blade, but the handles would look great shiny, I think. Morning, Mitchell. Let's see. Back to Blade Bench for a minute till y'all mention something else. Oh, the two Charlies thing. I want to go see which two Charlies knives. Charlie's Knife Shop. This is not it. Looks like they got a bunch for sale. Where's their actual... Let's see if they got like an Instagram or... Charles Lionheart? That might be him. Maybe not. Yeah, I don't think that's probably him either. Where was that knife at? Up here. Yeah, two Charlies. Yeah, they must be like local knife makers somewhere, and this guy lives in that town. Yeah, I've had one for a year and a half, TC, and hadn't taken it out of the box. I've also got that set of the correct wheels. I just don't want to sling a knife across the garage. I haven't even plugged it up yet. But yeah, I bought the wheels the guy suggested. They're I can't remember which one they are. But I bought the Vivor version off eBay like a year and a half ago, and it's been in the box ever since. I think I got the whoops. I think it's whatever. Well, I can't even type eBay this morning. Is it 6-inch? I don't remember. No, it's a 8. Is it 8-inch? Golly. Yeah, I think I got one like this with the two wheels, and then I bought a set of the right wheels. Yeah, I got this one right here, I think, the Vivor one, except it's not orange. And then I can't remember the wheels I bought. They were whatever the guy suggested. And they came with all the different compounds for each wheel. Polishing. Trying to find my order. See how long ago it was. Yeah, here it is. Airway. July 6th, 2024. So yeah, a year and a half ago. But I bought this set of Airway wheels to go with it and the little thing to scruff up the wheels. And they came with the 3 compounds and these little things. I still got that in the box too. I hadn't opened it. But the Airway wheels are supposed to be pretty good. Airway polishing wheels. You know, each one has got a different whatever. You know what the deal is. But I'm scared. I ain't gonna lie and say I ain't scared. Got to be careful. I decided I'm going to, whenever I do hook mine up, I'm going to make a jig where I can mount my knives on the board through the pivot hole or whatever, so I can hold a board up against the polisher and have a little bit more control. But kind of like I do in the box. I've shown y'all this before, but when I use those polishing pads, I've got this box right here, and I've got this board, and this screw is one of those big thick screws, and it goes right through a pivot perfectly. So I can put the blade down there and I can then use the board, but I want to make like something that will hold blades that I can hold on either side of it, you know, like this, very strong, and push the blade against the polishing wheel. So be careful, TC, all I was saying. Yeah, and there's a really cool video that we've watched before. I know we've watched it at least once. And it's, let me see if I can find it really quick, because it's a guy that does it. For a living. And it might be this guy.
Sanding and getting a perfect mirror finish on your blades. So if you ever want
Yes,
to really,
this is him.
really working kind of the tip towards the center, you can see this. You guys kind of probably did.
Oh, it might not be this guy.
Comment on these
Yeah.
videos how dangerous scratches here.
Yeah, it is.
Are the Grizzly brand ones. They are fantastic. You can put as much pressure on them as you possibly can, and they don't bog down, which is actually super important for this process. If you have the cheap Harbor Freight
this
bumpers,
isn't the same video.
it's doable, but what happens is you go to put pressure on them, they bog down, and you kind of have to do it in stages, letting that buffer recoup.
That's not the video I wanted to watch. This is not the guy either. That might have been the one. This guy is really cool. He got some really cool tools too. That's one of the ones we watched. I bet. How long does history go? Let's see. That's not it either. Hold on. Yeah, see, here's the guy. Here it is.
Kind of showing.
Yeah, so this guy,
I probably
it's the same guy we were just watching,
from Red Label,
but it's a different video.
to a 220, and then by, and then you realize, okay, I kind of left it.
So yeah, let's go through this real quick.
Pretty much on any of the knives that I do that are Damascus, sand mine, grass. So the knives I'm actually working on today are stainless Damascus from Dama Steel. And let me see if I can kind of get you. This one is mirrored on one side, and I do one side at a time. And then I have this side where I have it hand sanded to where it's ready to start polishing. I guess I wanted to go over the steps I took to get it to this point, and then kind of some of the equipment that helps for this process, and hopefully just answer any of the questions that you guys have had on mirror finishes. So the first whole thing with this is getting your blade finish to where you're able to start the mirror finishing process. Now, just for an example, I have this blade right here at a very rough 800 grit finish, okay? I kind of left it to where it's got some scuffs and some iffy spots in it just to show really how good this buffing system is that I'm using now. But 800 grit seems to be a really good starting point.
All right, so he starts off with that.
So, 800. And on how this 800 grit finish looks, you can see it's not super good. I mean, it's just, see those spots on the tip, like those J-hook spots. I kind of just left those to show you guys how cool this buffing system is. So hopefully that answers that question. Let's jump over to the buffers, and I'm going to show you guys a couple things over there. So probably the most important step of this whole process is the actual buffing wheels that I use. Now, these are, I believe they call them the Airway buffing wheels from Red Label Abrasives. I currently have the super coarse over here, coarse, fine, ultra fine, or however you want to say it. It goes soft, medium, hard, extra hard. Now, when you buy these wheels from Red Label, check the website, but I believe they actually include the specific compound that correlates with the wheel. So you see we've got green compound for the green wheel, we've got pink for the pink, white for the white, and then I use this super aggressive black that goes with this orange wheel. Now, just for like a this coarse cut pink wheel can take out 400 grit scratches. That's what it says on the website, and I have tested it quite a bit, and I found that if you pair it with this compound and you have it running on a really powerful buffer like these, it will take out 400. So that is a super, super, super helpful kind of feature of these buffing wheels, because it makes it to where your hand sanding can be a lot more forgiving. Now this one at the very end is their new one, which is just super, super aggressive. And I haven't, well, I've tried it out a little bit, but that one can take 180 to 220 grit scratches out. And it really will.
That's pretty crazy.
That black compound. I mean, it's very aggressive to where if you're buffing on like a high carbon steel knife, it'll throw sparks off of it a little bit. So you really want to be careful if you do get one of these, but I have found it helpful on larger knives, like a chef knife.
My goodness.
Buffing out.
How long? That's been like that.
That pink one, you can really hog on it and try to get them out, but if you jump to that super
Sorry, guys.
And this is all if you miss kind
Man,
of
that sucks.
during the hand sanding.
It's not, he hasn't started yet, really, but he did kind of.
So, probably
y'all didn't get to see the finish, though, that he started with.
Again, this is just a small little knife.
But right here, he shows the end of it.
I mean, it's just, see those spots on the tip?
There's where he showed it.
Like
I'll jump back
J-hook.
ahead. He's just talking about the buffers.
But to where larger knives, like again, are available at Red Label Abrasives.
But he talks about how dangerous they are.
That orange one at the end if you're feeling a little frisky, because that thing, you got to watch out when you run that thing.
That black one down there is the one at the end.
Is I'm not sure.
Real aggressive.
Videos on 1,000 RPM one, so I was a little bit. And you can.
I hate
really
when I do that. I'm so sorry.
I mean, you can't stop these with a truck. I mean, these things are super, super powerful. I highly, highly recommend these things. I don't remember what the cost was on these. They're not cheap, but they're also just really industrial and really, really good. Actually,
but he has 4 stations set up.
A lot of people have commented on my mirror posts that they're scared of buffers and they, you know.
Yeah.
What I found with if you're buffing a knife on a buffer, as long as you keep pressure down, okay, so when you're buffing, you guys can probably kind of see what I'm doing. Keep your edge down and kind of pressure tilted away. So, because the problem comes when it catches that top edge on your buffer and slings it away. And that's what you want to avoid. So just pay really close attention when you're buffing that you're keeping edge pressure, or if you want to hit the top spot up here, flip the knife over, do it this way. Don't try to lean into it. And that's when that wheel will catch and fling the knife out of your hand. So that's at least what I found. And just, you know, it's not.
Yeah, that's one of the greatest tips I got from him.
Yeah, so safety first. Don't have strings dangling down like this. And I'm going to probably show you guys how I do this, run it. You won't be able to hear me, but you'll see the process here in a second. Okay, so first step, I'm going to fire these on. I'm going to rake the wheels. They make this little, which kind of loosens up all those fibers. And I found that if you rake it every time, it just, you get a better result. You get less scratches from the buffer, and it just works better. So I'm going to rake it, apply a little compound, and then I'm going to start buffing this first stage.
So he uses that every time. That's another tip I'm going to try to do when I set mine up. And whenever he wants to reach the top up there, he's going to flip the knife over so that he's always keeping it at that angle. And that's one of the key. See, he just flipped it over so he can hit that top. But that's one of the keys I took away from this video to be safe, to tilt it at that angle. And he's done with that.
Right there you see I did, let's see, how long was that? About 30 seconds. And then what I do after that initial pass, you could probably tell how much pressure I'm putting on it. I would say medium pressure. Let me grab a rag and I'm going to show you what this looks like really quick. So one kind of cool thing is when you do this is you'll get to where you see where you're buffing it this way, and your hand sanding lines are going to be going down the blade like this. And once you have all those out with that buffer, you know, this red still does not give you a good finish. It's super hazy, but all of the new scratch lines are going, you know, vertically instead of horizontally. So at that point, you know, you can kind of move to that next grit because you've got all your hand sand scratches out and you're ready to rock and roll. So same process with this. I like to clean off the blade in between passes. That way you're removing any of that pink compound that shouldn't be on the green pad. I did that for a while and it was a mistake, and I'd end up kind of putting scratches in, and I was fighting it, and I realized that I'm using the wrong compound kind of on the wrong pad, if that makes any sense. So clean the blade off, move to the green, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to rake it, we're going to compound it, and kind of medium pressure, a few passes, and then we'll move on to the white.
Dressing the wheel before every time will keep the life of your wheels too. Like, he sped this up a little bit. But this is the guy I want to be like when I grow up in my knife shop. Just for mirror polishes.
All right, last step is the white with the white compound, and this just gives you this unbelievable mirror finish. Let's see if I can show you kind of where it's at right now. It's pretty shiny, but there's just micro scratches in it that you can see from that green. That looks pretty good on camera, but still a lot of hazing and light scratches. That'd be good enough for just an etch or whatever, but we're gonna go all the way, and I'll show you how to do the same step. Rake it, compound. All right, I'm gonna take this outside so you can see what this looks like in natural light. And yeah, I'm not gonna... All right, we're outside the shop. Just when you get it out in natural light, you can really see how that mirror
and that's Damasteel. He hasn't etched it yet.
And that is pretty good. Kind of showing that plunge down the tip. There's me. All right, it's cold out. Let's go back inside.
But anyway, this guy is pretty good.
So there you can see teaching how that mirror turned out. Again, this is Damascus, so that's what you're seeing there, that kind of cool pattern. And now it's ready to clean up and etch. But
yeah, I really apologize. It's Gentry Custom Knives. And I apologize for not having the video on a minute ago. But there's a link to his YouTube channel, and if you type in mirror and search his videos, he's got a few different ones. But he has a good setup in his shop, very clean. Kind of like what I would want. So, yeah, that's one we've watched a couple of times. Yeah, I hope to get mine set up soon. But it is definitely after the laser and 3D printer. Yeah, he does have some really good videos, Michael. I agree. I like his. He has a good sense of wanting to teach and share stuff, and I appreciate that. And he's, he seems very humble and meek about his talents too, which is cool. He definitely has some talent though. Well, once again, I screwed up the video thing again. That's just becoming a regular thing, I guess. I've really got to, when we get from broadcasting over here at the desk area with the 3D printer and laser, that won't ever happen because I'll be having multiple monitors, but right now I'm still just using the giant TV. I guess to finish it off today, I tried to look up some new knives yesterday. Knife Center seems to get new stuff daily. Blade HQ gets new stuff daily. There's that custom yell. Straight Line EDC. Hadn't seen those. Some new CRK releases. some new Protec and Chavez collabos. And then the Martin. All right, let's see what Blade HQ has new. Let's look at the coming soon. All right, that's the same ones. Oh, the Snaps Auto. Yeah, it's coming soon. The Runt. Release some more Runts. Warncliffe. Let's see what else. The Horus. Yeah. In fact, I've got one. It's the same knife I'm thinking of. Yeah, I like it. I've got one saved in our links here somewhere. Guess I could search the bookmarks, but yeah, I like it. Look, the Zorn added it a long time ago. I don't remember where the link is. We've definitely looked at it. I like it. I mean, it's different. I don't like this version. That's why I was trying to find that link. But I like the style, shape of the knife. It's got the thumb ramp that I like. There you go. There's a good shot of it. Actually, that one's not as bad as I thought once I see that it's... But still, yeah, that's a beautiful knife, man. Let's see here. Bookmarks. Hold on. Search bookmarks. Horus. Okay, maybe I didn't save it. I know I put it in I put it in my knife swap search. Yeah. Wait, we did do a search for it at one point. Yeah, there's where we searched for it. We didn't find one. Yeah. Now I remember. And then there was one. Yeah, I don't know. But I did add it. But yeah. Cool knife. Morning, Ed. Yeah, I don't know. There's something about a thumb ramp that I really like. It really locks you into the knife. All right, back to the coming soon. You can pre-order these. I might need to do that. Christmas stocking giveaway. Pre-order down payment $5 for the high fin XL. Can you pre-order? Let's see. They don't have a... I'll have to get one of these and bead blasted, huh? Yep. I want that version bead blasted. Slots are on and jackpots are rolling. Piggies are banking and Buffaloes are roaming. Huh, B Shady? Yep. Good old Gavco. It's not a $1,200 Gavco, though. I guess I could get the blue one. I need to get whichever one's cheapest if I'm going to bead blast it. Oh, dang, Ed. I didn't even see that part. Guy cut himself on your knife, huh? Which knife was it? The Strix? This is a knife I've been curious about as well. Because this is a green thorn version of this knife. It's not an auto. I thought it was, but it's not. But the ZT0044, I want to try one of those out too. Oh, you got the pig. You got the piggies too. You got Huff and Puff too. I like that look of that ZT though. It's $80 from Green Thorn, and I just can't believe it'd be a bad knife from Green Thorn, even though it's not their normal style. They've done quite a few ZTs. Oh, wow. What do they have? I did not see that. Thank you, Michael. Let's go check it out, though. What is Tattle Gear? Quality outdoor gear. Tattle Gear? All right, so how do you get to that 12 knife? Mystery Imperfect Premium Knife. Imperfect. Or Mystery Imperfect for $64. Oh, you get, it says something about buy two, get one free. Okay, so you add two of them to the cart. And you get, let's see, check out, buy two, get one free. Yeah, it didn't pop up for mine. How do you do that part? He's got a discount code in here called Finner Farms. Okay, the discount code works. What is the free mystery? Gift. Yeah, I've never heard of it either, Michael. It says one free mystery gift, but it doesn't have the 2-for-1 special. Holiday sale. Buy any two items, get one free. Yeah, that's not popping up on mine. Oh, which one did you? I didn't even see you came in the. Was that you, Sever, that sent that link? I thought it was somebody else. Good morning, by the way, Sever. Yeah, somebody says not worth it. A few months ago, these were 10 or less, and some people got them for $1 or less. Oh, wow. Somebody was thinking gifts. This guy said a few months ago they were selling for 10 or less, and I don't know. It's interesting, though. That'd be a good way for companies to get rid of their, slightly blemished stuff. But a lot of these, oh yeah, these are just rebranded. They have these on Amazon. I got one of these. Yeah, these are Amazon knives that are $20 knives, $15. So yeah. Oh, there's that same one. I've got that knife. Yeah, these are those same ones. They just set up a website with those same blank knives and branded them. And yeah, so that knife right now, let me find it on my Amazon. Hold on just a second. I didn't buy it forever long ago either. I was wanting to compare the price. Here it is. So right now, this same knife. So you see this knife right here? You can go to Amazon and buy it for $20.41. And it is the same exact knife, I promise you. So there's the knife. There's the knife. Same knife. They're $44 on here. They're $20 on Amazon. So that kind of shows you. They were $22 when I bought it. But yeah, that same, just rebranded. I've got this one too. I think. I've got one of these is like a Sativian or a Ifengro. Oh, and this is my first knife that I told y'all that started my whole collection. Wow, that's pretty wild. So if I go back to my Amazon order history and I search 2023 for knife, hold on, let me go back to the very beginning. I bought some Moras. Lots of Mora knives. I bought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I bought 8 Moras before I bought a folding knife. But my first folding knife that I've shown y'all before. Dang it, where is it? Must have passed it. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. Drives me nuts. Yeah, right here. This was the first one I bought. Check this out. This is pretty funny. It's basically the same knife, but it's got the opposite thing. But it's the same exact handle. Even the little V and the pivot, the clip and everything are exactly the same. So it's just a rebranded. But that's the first one I bought. It was like 20 bucks. Oh, that reminds me. I meant to show y'all this. I'm glad I just saw Cold Steel pop up on the screen. Because yesterday, I knew there was something I forgot. Yesterday, I got these in too. And they came in blister packs. So I got those 3 Formax Scouts that I ordered from Midway. And I don't mind blister packs, I guess. But these are going in the 1-year giveaway. So there'll be one regular member and then there'll be a members giveaway. And then I don't know, I'll give this one out as a gift or for another giveaway. But yeah, they came in the blister packs. That's pretty cool. I kind of like blister packs for for gifts, and they sometimes charge more for the blister packs, but yeah. But you cannot beat this knife for 43 bucks. Oh, thank you, Ed. I haven't even brought up the Discord today, so let me make sure I got it brought up correctly. Yep, there's the same one. That's the same one he was just showing. And there's the same one I got with the Tuna Fire name on it. There's that BBNM. I think I got it right. I guess if you're clumsy, you could scratch it opening it up. But pretty thick plastic. I mean, all you gotta do is cut down there below it. All right, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I don't know if everybody in here has heard of the book. I'm sure a lot of you have, but there's a book called How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. And Dale Carnegie used to teach seminars, and people would send their workers to go watch his seminars. And one of the things he would do at all his seminars is, as people were walking in the room, he would shake their hands and he would ask them their names. And at the end of the conference, he would go by and he would tell every single person their name. And he taught tricks on how to remember things and how to remember lists of things. And I told y'all yesterday that I was visualizing. I didn't want to forget what the name of that other the Monterey Bay knife that I ordered. It's called the Pincher. But the way to remember things long lists of things that he taught is you have to visualize. So he had these keywords that went with numbers. So as you're remembering things and trying to remember them in order, he had a series of pictures that went with a certain number. So I'll give you an example. So for number 1, he would remember the word run. So he would picture in his head like if he was trying to remember that he needed to buy a tube of this barge all-purpose cement. He would picture this tube of barge all-purpose cement running down the road, and you lock a visual picture in your head of this, like a crazy image of this little thing growing legs and running down the road, and it says barge all-purpose cement. And once you picture that in your mind, you won't forget it. So yesterday when I was trying to remember that that pincher, I said that I wanted to associate California because it's Monterey Bay Knives. So I've been out to California, and there's a place called Morro Bay, and there's this giant rock that sticks up out of the water. And so in my mind, I pictured that giant rock with a little Doberman Pinscher dog running around on the top of that rock. And when I lock that picture in my head, then I'll never forget that knife. But he used the same thing. So like 1 was run, 2 was shoe. So if this was the second thing in your list, you would remember this thing sitting inside a shoe. And once you picture that in your head, it helps you remember. 3 was tree. 4 was door. So like to remember the third thing, you would picture this sitting up in a tree. Or if this was the third thing, you would remember this sitting up in the tree. And putting together mental images. So that's how he remembered people's names and orders of. But he could remember like over 100 people's names by using those mental pictures. But it's a pretty cool technique. And a lot of the people that memorize, those guys that memorize big lists of things, they use those mental pictures. But you assign a number 1 with run, 2 with shoe, 3 with tree, 4 with door. I don't remember what 5 is, but you can look it up and find the list of how you mentally remember things like that. But just another pointless rant by me this morning. But it's interesting, and I won't ever forget that Pinscher knife is from California because I see a Doberman Pinscher running across the top of Morro Bay rock. And memory is pretty crazy, what some people are able to do with memory. But anyway, enough rambling from me. Can't wait to get that pincher today. I think I've got something else out for delivery also. Yeah, so I guess we'll start rounding this one up. We're almost up to 2 hours. My voice is going out, so I've definitely talked enough today. I'm going to start putting up knives now. This one goes in a little Ziploc baggie. I appreciate y'all hopping in here and talking knives with me this morning. If y'all need me, reach out. Heck, if you don't, reach out. Anyway, if anybody wants a Corgi, I got one. You can have it for cheap. Got a mirror polished edge on it. I'm going to start building the package for the 1 year giveaway though here soon. So it's going to grow pretty great. It's going to be a pretty good giveaway, I do believe. I've got some random knives to put up, including that Land 140 and its little brother, the 140S. Oh, you're welcome, TC. Thank you. Be shady. Have a good day at work, sir. Make that money. Yep. I as well hope all of y'all have a great day. I got to put up this Vosti too. Wow, I got some random knives laying around. I got to put up the Carter Prime also. Pete, have a good day, sir. Yeah, sorry, you have to work. Cliff, thank you, sir. Robin, didn't see you there this morning, but thanks for being here. If y'all don't mind smashing that like button on your way out, that'd be awesome. Whoops, that was a name badge. Well, guys, appreciate y'all. Love y'all. And I will see y'all